welcome back to my channel. So actually it is already nighttime when I'm filming this. I actually just finished doing my homework and then I am all ready to call today a day and ready to take a shower, but then I kind of want to play with makeup. You know that feeling when you want to play with makeup before you take shower? Or is it just me? I guess a lot of people do that too, but or is it just me? No, right? I guess everybody else do that too. And as you guys can see, I'm actually already done with other part of my makeup except for my eyes, because for today's video I'm going to use my new baby hairs. This is the Morphe the JACLYN Hill palette. I guess everyone know this palette. It's been blowing up the internet for the past few weeks, I guess. So for today's video I'm going to use this palette here on my eyes. I'm not going to go through each shade and give my opinion on it. I'm just going to give my overall opinion because there's already a lot of like videos reviewing about this palette, so I'm not going to do that. I'm a big fan of JACLYN Hill. Like, I love her so much. She's the one that makes me like fell into a makeup world. As you guys can see, this box is so JACLYN Hill. Is white and silver, her favorite combination. And at the back you can see her picture here, her beautiful picture, and some words. I actually don't have anything on my mind right now on what look I'm going to do for this video, but you know, we're just going to wing it. And by the way, the palette also came with this card with all the shade names on it. I'm not going to go through all the shade because JACLYN Hill did an entire video for this palette explaining everything, every shade, every name. So I'm just going to link her video in my description box and you guys can watch it to know more about this palette. This is how the actual palette looks like, and at the back it has JACLYN Hill initial with Morphe x JACLYN Hill. And when you open the palette, this is how it looks like. It is so freaking beautiful in real life. Like, I love this palette. Like, I dying over this palette. I'm pretty sure that everyone have seen how this palette looks like I said just now, it's all over the internet, so there's nothing new. And for today's look, because I'm wearing this orange shawl, so I think I'm going to go to like an orangey look, and like let's pray that it happens. And like always, I'm just going to do a really simple eyeshadow look because that's just my preference. I love a simple eyeshadow look, but then again, it's just my preference. They're just what I love to do. So yeah, let's go and stop talking. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. Okay, so now that we are all zoomed in, let's get started. First of all, I'm going to use, I don't know what shade should I use. There is so many pretty colors inside this. I don't know. So I think first of all I'm going to take this shadow here as my base, and I'm going to apply it all over my eyelid. I'm using brushes from Morphe too, by the way, but I am not affiliated with Morphe. They don't know who I am. I bought everything with my own money. Nobody knows me, as I'm just a normal makeup consumer, makeup buyers like you guys. Because since I bought it with my own money, if I don't like it, I'm going to say it. But so far, like, I love this eyeshadow palette. I did play with this eyeshadow that day. And then on the same brush, I'm going to take this shadow here and I'm going to apply it on my crease. Next, I'm going to take this shade here to help deepen up my crease. I don't have any problem blending them, and then as you guys can see, there's not a lot of fallout too, and this shadow doesn't have a lot of kick up like the Modern Renaissance palette. The Modern Renaissance is a really good palette. I don't have any problem with the formula, but it have a lot of kick up. Like personally I don't have any problem with that, but some people do apparently. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that this palette so far, that the shadow that I use so far doesn't have a lot of kick up and no fallout either. My favorite shade inside here is actually Pukey here. I love this shade, and if you guys are JACLYN Hill fan too, you know that how much she loves a Pukey brown shade as a transition. That's why I really glad that she put this kind of shade, because I don't own other palette that have this kind of shades, so that's why I love the fact that there is this shade in this palette. And I really don't know, should I put Pukey on my eyes today? You know what, we're just going to wing it and just going to put it like whatever. I'm taking Pukey and I'm just applying it on my crease. I really love this shade. Like this is the only shade that I remember its name, Pukey. I'm going to take this orange shade here and I'm just going to apply it on my outer corner and inner corner of my eyes. And I'm leaving the middle part empty because I'm going to put shimmer shadow on the middle part to create kind of like a halo eyes. Now I'm going to go in with this shimmer shade right here, and then I'm going to wet my brush with Milani Make It Last setting spray. And I'm going to apply it on the middle part of my eyes. This shade is so pretty, I love it. I love this shade. So pretty, I love it. Next I'm going to take this kind of like a dark reddish shadow and I'm going to apply it on the outer corner of my eyes. And of course I'm going to blend it with the shimmer just now too. I'm using the same brush. I think I'm going to go with this dark chocolate shade, and I'm just going to apply just a little bit on the most outer corner of my eyes to give more depth to my eyes. And like I said just now, I'm just going to apply a little bit, just a little bit. And then since the orange kind of like already disappear, I'm going to take this orange again and I'm going to apply the orange shade again to kind of tie everything together on the crease. Because since we already applied a lot of other shadow, the orange shade just now already disappeared. And since I want this look to have an orange look, so that's why I'm applying it again. And actually really kind of want to try this shade too. I don't know why, but I just gravitated through it right now, so I'm just going to apply just a little bit, and I'm just going to apply a little bit on the middle part of my eyes. For my lower lashes, I'm going to use the same shadow that I used on my upper lashes just now too. Just going to take just a little bit of this brown shade just now and applying on the outer corner of my lower lashes. Then I'm going to take this shade again too. And lastly, I'm just going to take the orange shadow just now and apply it all over my lower lashes. And for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to take this shade here. I'm going to apply it on my eyebrow bone also. So my camera died just now, so I applied my mascara and lashes while I was charging my camera. So So this is the final eye look. So yeah, I am actually is pretty happy with the result. Turned out to be better than I thought it will be, because like seriously, I didn't plan anything for this video. I just kind of just wing it, just just do whatever I want to do. And it is a really simple and easy eye look, so I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. As for my review for this palette, I must admit that I really find myself enjoying using this palette. Like, I think it is a good palette. I love this palette so much, and I didn't regret purchasing it at all. And I'm not saying that this is the best palette out there, okay? Like, there is certainly a better palette out there in terms of formula and packaging especially, but it is a good one. It is one of the best one out there. So my main complaint about this palette will be the packaging. Like, it is just a normal cardboard packaging. It is sturdy, but then it gets dirty so easily. Like, mine already got dirty, and as a packaging sucker, this packaging kind of disappoint me. But then again, it's Morphe, so you're paying for the formula instead of the packaging. But then again, I kind of wish it have a better packaging. I don't know, it's just me. And then the second one will be the price. This one retail for $38, which is not that expensive considering you get a lot of shade out of here, and the quality of the shade is good. The price for this palette itself is reasonable for me, but then the shipping is so expensive. I think that I paid shipping for about $20. The international shipping is so expensive. Like, if you're living in the US, like, this palette is a must-have. Like, it is worth the price. But if you're living outside US, I kind of think that this palette is actually quite expensive, but then again, you get a lot of shade. There is like a pro and cons when buying this palette if you're outside of the US. But like I said just now, I don't regret purchasing this palette because I love JACLYN Hill, and there's nothing that she can do about the shipping price, of course. Even though this eyeshadow palette is more expensive than normal Morphe eyeshadow, I completely understand it because the formula in this palette is much more better than normal Morphe palette. So this one is the 35O palette, and this is JACLYN palette. Some people say that this palette is kind of similar with JACLYN palette. I think it's mostly because of the orange vibe in this, so that's why a lot of people say that it's kind of similar. But the formula inside here is much better than normal Morphe eyeshadow. That's why I don't regret purchasing this. And if you don't have a lot of eyeshadow palette like me, I think it is worth to buy an eyeshadow palette like this, because you can get a lot, and the formula inside this palette is so good. Congrats, JACLYN, you did a really good job on this. They swatch beautifully, and it blends so easily. Like, it blends like a dream. And what I love about this palette the most is that you can create a lot of look with this one palette itself. Okay, I'm not saying that the shade inside here is unique. I'm pretty sure that you can find dupes of this color on other palette, because I don't think that any of this shade inside here is unique. You can find in other palette. But then again, if you are someone like me who don't own a lot of palette, you can just buy this and you're done. You can create a lot of look with this one palette. If you're like me that don't have a lot of palette, I think this palette is a must-have because it is a really beautiful palette. I love all the shade inside this palette. Like, there is no one shade that I don't love. Like, that's how much I love this palette. I'm not going to swatch all of the shade inside this palette because there's already a lot of video out there swatching this palette, so I'm not going to do that because I want to take shower. So to wrap up this video, I'm going to say that this is a really reasonable price palette if you are in the US, but if you are outside the US like me, the price of this palette plus the international shipping will make this palette quite an expensive palette. And if you purchase this, I don't think you will be disappointed with it because it is a great palette and the formula is nice, but then again, like the international shipping is so expensive. So I don't know, you know, it's depend on you guys whether you want to spend your money on an eyeshadow palette or not, you know, like it's just as simple like that. I see myself using this palette a lot in the future. So yeah, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.